Hello YouTube, this is Mark, and this is my video of my US version of the Logun S16Xs in .22 caliber. This is the US version. This is the high power version, not the sub 12 foot-pound version like the guys suffer with over there in the UK. As you can see, my Logun S16 is a whole lot different. I did a few modifications, a few add-ons. Like I've added this quad rail, added a flashlight, a laser, red dot, and I also purchased a rail to install my red dot properly, because this rail, which is what they would call the Weaver style, I went from the Weaver style to the Picatinny style, and it worked out better than I expected. Most of you guys who has this rifle, I'm more than sure that you all are familiar with, you know, the barrels and whatnot. For those of you who don't know about the barrels, this is a Lothar Walther barrel, which is match grade, and that's a plus because it helps with the accuracy of the projectile, especially at this high powered model. I purchased it from a local pawn shop. You know, when I saw it, I was pretty surprised that it was there. You know, I immediately, went on and purchased it regardless of the condition, because I know that most air rifles, it has this O-ring seal system, and with the proper system, any leaks that it may have can be fixed. I use an assorted, wide range of pellets. I use the Discovery pellets. I use the Gamma pellets, which this is this rifle's favorite pellet. They're only 15.4 grain, but this rifle loved these pellets. I've shot it out to 100 yards, and it's like the UK boys would say, it's spot on, man. I was surprised, and it was my first shot after sighting my scope in at 25 yards. And it also likes the Premier hollow point pellets. I've shot the H&N Field Target Trophy pellets. I've shot the Gamma Hunter pellets. And to my surprise, I was able to find a 22 grain Gamma long distance pellet. I mean, the gun, with any gun that you buy, it would have a build, or what you would say, a design for a certain pellet. And this is the closest I've come to as far as what this gun would prefer. As far as accuracy and velocity performance, it really likes these matched Gamma pellets. And being that they are 15.4 grain, with velocities upwards of around, I'd say, 950 psi, which is what it was tested at. When I had it repaired, a guy told me, man, try these pellets, and I tried it, ran them over the chrony, and the feet per second would surge from 890 to 950, but it would stay between 920 and 945 most of the time. And it was surprising that, such a cheap pellet, this rifle would prefer it. I also found another bottle for it. This is the original bottle, which is the original Logun bottle. Is what we would call a Luxfer bottle, and going from this bottle to this bottle, the length of pull was a whole lot better with the shorter bottle. And with that modification there, just by unscrewing this valve here and placing it on the smaller bottle, it also has this this pressure valve. But I keep the pressure down around 2,000. Most of the time I keep it around 2,000, but sometimes I may bring it up to around 2,500 psi. This valve, I don't know if I can get it to focus, but it had a burst pressure of 3,000 psi. I don't know if y'all can see that, but it was originally a CO2 bottle. Most of the bottles, they're pressure rated. And CO2, sometimes in some cases it may become corrosive. And this rifle, it also can be operated with CO2. And the CO2, it makes for a good source of power, with a high shot count. But, that's just an option when high pressure air is not readily available. You can't get out to a local paintball shop or, going into any Academy Sporting Goods to get high pressure air. You can always revert back to the CO2. But I can run either CO2 or high pressure air on this bottle. And that's what I usually do. I don't usually fill it CO2 in this bottle, which I can, but I'd rather keep the original bottle strictly for that purpose. It also has these baffles, which quiets it down pretty good, to where it's like a, maybe some type of sci-fi, explosion, and it makes it seem like some type of Star Trek or some type of Star Wars, deal. But it's just for those who wish to want to use it for backyard planking. Without the baffles, this rifle is pretty loud. I mean, like I say, this is the high-powered US version, and I tend to like it. Like I say, I found it at my local pawn shop. I purchased it for $200. But when I filled it with air, it actually was leaking. So I bought a seal kit and I repaired it. Took it apart, broke it all the way down, and I removed the what you would call that, the valve on the inside, and I replaced the O-ring on it as well. I mean, it was real small, but thankfully the kit that I purchased to replace the O-rings in this gun, they were all there. I had more than what I needed, so I was safe. I purchased this bipod here. It's all steel. It's adjustable, and also with the mag pull grips under the bottom, it's pretty comfortable. Like I say, this is a high-powered US version of the Logun S16Xs, with in a 22 caliber. The only modifications or add-ons that I've done, which is the bipod, the quad rail, the flashlight, the laser, the rail upgrade, the red dot sight, and this shorter, field bottle. And other than going through an assortment of pellets, and this is just a small amount what I brought out to show you all during this video, I'm pretty happy with it. Stay tuned for more updates. Later.